This is the K M249 SAW, or light support weapon, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. 6mm. Just thought I'd give you a closer look. Bit of a review. This used to be my gun. I sold it to a friend of mine. I did enjoy using it, but out in the skirmish field it was getting a little bit heavy, you know, when you got a full mag that holds 2,500 BBs and you know, a good scope on it and whatever. It kind of gets a little bit too heavy. Good for woodland, not so good for urban games, but all in all, a good gun, pretty well made. Obviously not as good as a classic army, but it's a pretty good clone anyway. So yeah, let's have a bit of a closer look. I'll just give you close-ups first, then we'll talk about it then. Most of this gun is metal and alloy. The main plastic parts are the foregrip. This is where the battery's housed, and the pistol grip, but pretty much everything else is metal. There's this carry handle here. It's not advisable to use it as a carry handle. It's pretty much there for the look, because I think it would snap off, to be honest. But I've got a harness for it anyway, which is because there's harness points for it, and believe me, you'll need it. You'll need a good harness with this gun because your arms will kill after a little bit. So, but yeah, overall it's a good gun, really. Reliability's a little bit iffy, but that's not down to the gun, it's down to the mags. Let's just put the camera down and I'll give you a closer look at one of the magazines. Let's just move the gun out of the way. Right, this is one of the mags. As you can see, well, this one's full. You can probably hear the BBs in it. They tend to block and jam and God knows what. But I mean, that's the only problem I've had with this gun, is the magazines jamming. So you've got to sort of strip them down occasionally and stuff a bit of foam sponge in there in places where you don't want the BBs to go. It's hard to explain really without, let's see if I can show you. I'll probably get BBs everywhere. It's all taped up. Hang on. As you can see on here, it's a bit of a mess, I know, but it's all taped up. But I've put this sponge in place to stop the BBs going into the battery compartment. Not that that matters, but if they occasionally, the BBs will get where you don't want them to go, and it really does prove a reliability issue with the magazine. So I've put this sponge here which kind of seals it. Without this sponge, the BBs can sort of jump. This is where the BBs go. They can, when they're rolling round, they can sort of overlap this here and go into the battery compartment, and I don't know, it just gets kind of messy then. So I've found with this sponge it does help. But yeah, the only problem you'll have with this gun is the magazines. Maybe the hop up as well. I've heard that if you replace the hop up with a Systema hop up, you're pretty much in business then. But I think that's the only necessary alteration to the gun that I'd recommend. I haven't done it myself because I didn't really use this gun that much. I pretty much got fed up with the weight of the gun really, and just, you know, humping it round on a skirmish. I like to go pretty much light, you know. I'm an M4 man, so but yeah, I'll say the back to the magazines. You get supplied with one magazine. I know this looks messy because I've got it all taped up, but I found in a game you have to have this taped on, because if it flies off when you're rolling around or whatever, you lose 2,500 BBs all over the floor. You're not going to be too impressed. But yeah, magazines are fairly sturdy. They're a bit of a pain to load up. You've got to get the knack of loading them up. You have to basically put this in first and then hook the magazine on. I'll see if I can demonstrate it. I haven't got much room here where I'm videoing. Let's just spin the... So, here's the magazine compartment. You've basically got to... Which way round are we? You've got to insert that first. Like so. And then pull. And lock it on. There you go. So that's what it looks like with a mag on. As you can see, kind of bulks it up a little bit, but it does look the business, I must admit. You do get some inert brass ammunition to sort of put from the mag, just to give it the look, and that does look pretty cool. I haven't got that. I don't know where they are actually. But anyway, this is the 249 Para. The Para version basically has this adjustable stock. So pull, twist and slide. So that makes it a bit more manageable. If you happen to be in close quarters, and then you just pull, twist, and then you've got your stock like that. Okay, but it's a good gun. But I say, straight out of the box, you need to give it a couple of tweaks. I did see a video on YouTube about the chap replacing the hop up for a Systema, and apparently that solved the feed issues, because you will occasionally get feed issues with this, albeit the hop up or the magazine. But apart from that, you'll have some real good fun with this gun. You can get Classic Army parts for it. This top bit is actually plastic. On this model, on the ANK version, but you can get the Classic Army replacement metal part, but if you ask me, you just add into the weight. But you know, if you want the look and want the real feel, then go for it. But yeah, it's great rate of fire. I found the battery that you get with the gun will last you about 2 magazines. So that's about 5,000 rounds. After then, you're going to want to change your battery. Battery. I'll show you where the battery is. Just put that down. It can be a bit fiddly. There's your battery. I mean, it just comes with this. Just comes with a smallish battery. So. But you need to get some spares, or you can get a bigger battery in there. But I tended to just carry a couple of small batteries on me. Chances are you'll run out of BBs before you run out of power. It depends how much. With this, you do tend to get rather trigger happy. Put this on. Just give it a tap and then it goes on. Another problem that a friend of mine that's bought this gun off me is the trigger sticking. So you're out in the field shooting or whatever, spraying away, and then you'll take your finger off the trigger and the trigger's stuck on, so it continues firing. So it's not really a good situation to be in. So we ended up having to release the mag. So I think that was, well, I think I had a bit of fun with that, but we haven't totally resolved that issue. I've had a look at the motor on it, and it might be a bad connection or something, or just I'm not sure. I really do need to have a good look at it. Safety is just a cross bolt safety. Sights just come with your normal open sights. There is a metal wrist rail here, so you can put a scope on there. It does look good with a nice red dot scope on. You've got your bipod, all metal bipod. You'll need that if you're lying down, or you happen to sort of be on the hood of a Land Rover or something. It's always handy to just drop this bipod down and get spraying. But yeah, it's a good gun. It's got its few little bad points, but yeah, the fun you'll have will kind of outweigh that. But the main issue is just tweaking your magazine so you get best reliability out of it. And like I said, I'd recommend the hop up, doing something with a hop up. But you'll have good fun with it, and it'll certainly keep you fit. Okay, thanks for watching.